What is up, guys? I'm Trigger from the Militia Gaming community, and this is my episode of Motorfest Mastery. Today I'm going to be talking about how to improve your pace in the grand races. Let's go. All right, before we get into it, I just want to mention, if you're looking for a more in-depth coverage of these tips, I have over 800 videos on my channel just on Motorfest alone, so check that out when you get a chance. All right, let's get into it. My first tip actually happens before the race even begins. Before selecting cars, you have an opportunity to take a look at the route that you're going to be racing and the classes that you're going to be using. This is a very important part of grand racing because it allows you to set up your strategy for the race. You need to select the correct tool for the job. You need to select the car that best fits the route that you're going to be given. So paying attention during this opening screen is actually crucial, and paying attention to what the current meta is also crucial. Let's take a look at a quick example. So in this grand race, we have Street Tier 1, Hypercar, and Racing, and we are starting on the white flag here at the bottom. You notice that in this section of the course, you have a bunch of hairpin turns back to back. This means you're going to be needing a car that can accelerate well and use the gutters for turning. Now, when you get outside of that, you come down the hill and there's some sort of like straight, mostly top speed sections. That's going to require a car with good top speed. What you're looking for is an all-around good car in this section, but the most important part is that initial section when you're going up the hill in those hairpins. You need something that can accelerate really well. Now, at this first arrow, we transition into the hypercar section, and this is a city section. It goes through the city. You need something that can take turns at very high speeds. Something with a very good lateral G stat is a good option, but again, paying attention to the current meta of the game is important. At the second arrow, we transition into the racing category, and for that one, you can see that there's a couple of tight turns at the beginning of the route, and then it kind of stretches out towards the end of the route. Again, you're looking for something that's not very specialized. You need a car that's going to be an all-around good car for you. My second tip is to make an effort to learn the shortcuts. Basically, know the routes, and you can do this in a number of different ways. You can do this simply by playing a lot, or you can watch content creators like myself or others that happen to know the fastest way to take these different courses. There's lots of shortcuts, there's lots of jumps and little hidden things within the grand races that are going to help you and your pace. So as long as you make an effort to learn those routes where others may not do that, you're going to put yourself at an advantage. My third tip has to do with the start of the race. You need to be calm in the chaos. Grand races can be chaotic at times, especially when we don't have the no collisions modifier up. It definitely gets a little crazy on the first corner. You need to be calm. Being calm always helps you navigate that chaos in a way that is more efficient. You don't want to get caught up in that. You want to slow down. You want to take the corner on the inside as opposed to getting caught in the outside. You want to stay away from the barriers. None of these things are even possible if you're not staying calm. Your car control is what's going to lead you through that chaos, and you need to be able to do that better than the people around you. There's a reason why some of the fastest players in the game can get out front very early on in the race, and it's because they're calm through that chaos. And my final tip for the video is to use NOS correctly. This is maybe the biggest skill differentiator in grand racing. You need to be able to use the NOS efficiently, and that means not using red NOS. You need to use the NOS while it's in the blue. This is a simple rule to live by. The blue NOS is more powerful than the red NOS. All right, let's summarize the 4 tips for you. The first one is know the meta, look at the route, use the correct tool for the job. The second one is you need to learn the routes and understand where the shortcuts are. Track knowledge is key in grand racing. The third one is to be calm in the chaos. It's important for you to make sure you're controlling your car as opposed to letting others push you around. And finally, make sure you're using your NOS efficiently. Now, I know this is just a quick tip video, and these topics require a little bit of a deeper discussion. Grand racing is a very deep subject that we can talk about for a long time. Again, you guys are welcome to check out my channel. I've got over 800 videos on Motorfest, and I would love to see you guys there. Thank you so much for tuning into my episode of Motorfest Mastery.